Top 10 Fiction Books. First, Crime and Punishment. It is considered the best work and a masterpiece of Russian author Fyodor Dostoevsky. If you are interested in psychology, this is the one book you must have in your list. It is just unparalleled with any work out there. Main character Raskolnikov is a materialist rationalist who has some serious mental and emotional issues yet considers himself as an intellectual, who ends up murdering a pawnbroker. Its scope reaches far beyond his inner turmoil. From dank taverns, claustrophobic prison to dilapidated apartments, the underbelly of 19th-century St. Petersburg is brought to life by Dostoevsky. Number 2. 1984 George Orwell. Among the seminal texts of the 20th century, 1984 is a rare work that grows more haunting as its futuristic purgatory becomes more real. Published in 1949, the book offers political satirist George Orwell. George Orwell's nightmarish vision of a totalitarian, bureaucratic world and one poor stiff's attempt to find individuality. The brilliance of the novel is Orwell's prescience of modern life, the ubiquity of television, the distortion of the language, and his ability to construct such a thorough version of hell. Required reading for students since it was published, it ranks among the most terrifying novels ever written. Number 3. For Whom the Bell Tolls. For Whom the Bell Tolls is a novel by Ernest Hemingway published in 1940. It tells the story of Robert Jordan, a young American volunteer attached to a Republican guerrilla unit during the Spanish Civil War. As a dynamiter, he is assigned to blow up a bridge during an attack on the city of Segovia. With a thriller plot and a great piece of literature, it is a must-read novel. Number 4. The Book Thief. In superbly crafted writing that burns with intensity, award-winning author Markus Zusak has given us one of the most enduring stories of our time. It is 1939. Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier, and will be busier still. By her brother's graveside, Liesel's life is changed when she picks up a single object, partially hidden in the snow. It is the gravedigger's handbook, left behind there by accident, and it is her first act of book thievery. So begins a love affair with books and words, as Liesel, with the help of her accordion-playing foster father, learns to read. Soon she is stealing books from Nazi book burnings, the mayor's wife's library, wherever there are books to be found. But these are dangerous times. When Liesel's foster family hides a Jew in their basement, Liesel's world is both opened up and closed down. Another must-read novel. Number 5. The Fountainhead. The Fountainhead is a 1943 novel by Russian-American author Ayn Rand, her first major literary success. The novel's protagonist, Howard Rourke, is an intransigent young architect, who battles against conventional standards and refuses to compromise with an architectural establishment unwilling to accept innovation. Rourke embodies what Rand believed to be the ideal man, and his struggle reflects Rand's belief that individualism is superior to collectivism. Number 6. The Alchemist. The Alchemist is a novel written in 2 parts and an epilogue. It revolves around an Andalusian shepherd named Santiago and his quest for his own personal legend, which takes him from his village to the pyramids of Egypt. In his travels he meets a series of characters who either directly help him or teach him a valuable lesson by example. Melchizedek and the alchemist become mentors, while the Englishman provides an example of what happens if you hope to acquire knowledge mainly from books, and the crystal merchant shows him the type of life one leads if one doesn't heed a personal legend. The Alchemist is set in a universe where every being has its own personal legend, and where the world has a soul, which is shared by everything, from living beings to rough matter. Number 7. Anna Karenina. Anna Karenina is a novel by the Russian author Leo Tolstoy, first published in book form in 1878. Many writers consider it the greatest work of literature ever written, too, and Tolstoy himself called it his first true novel. It was initially released in serial installments from 1873 to 1877 in the periodical The Russian Messenger. It deals with themes of betrayal, faith, family, marriage, Imperial Russian society, desire, and rule versus city life. The story centers on an extramarital affair between Anna and dashing cavalry officer Count Alexei Vronsky that scandalizes the social circles of St. Petersburg and forces the young lovers to flee to Italy in a search for happiness. But after they return to Russia, their lives further unravel. Number 8. Notes from Underground. The anonymous narrator of Notes from Underground is a bitter, misanthropic man living alone in St. Petersburg, Russia, in the 1860s. He is a veteran of the Russian civil service who has recently been able to retire because he has inherited some money. The novel consists of the notes that the man writes, a confused and often contradictory set of memoirs or confessions describing and explaining his alienation from modern society. The underground man has great contempt for 19th-century utilitarianism, a school of thought that attempted to use mathematical formulas and logical proofs to align man's desires with his best interests. The underground man complains that man's primary desire is to exercise his free will, whether or not it is in his best interests. In the face of utilitarianism, man will do nasty and unproductive things simply to prove that his free will is unpredictable and therefore completely free. Number 9. Angel and Demons. Angels and Demons is a 2000 best-selling mystery thriller novel written by American author Dan Brown and published by Pocket Books and then by Corgi Books. The novel introduces the character Robert Langdon, who recurs as the protagonist of Brown's subsequent novels. Angels and Demons shares many stylistic literary elements with its sequels, such as Conspiracies of Secret Societies, A Single Daytime Frame, and the Catholic Church. Ancient history, architecture, and symbology are also heavily referenced throughout the book. A film adaptation was released on May 15, 2009. Number 10. To Kill a Mockingbird, novel by Harper Lee, published in 1960. Enormously popular, it was translated into some 40 languages and sold more than 30 million copies worldwide. In 1961 it won a Pulitzer Prize. The novel was praised for its sensitive treatment of a child's awakening to racism and prejudice in the American South. Definitely should be in your reading list. We hope you find the list to be of value. Surely give these books a try, they will change the way you think. We will be glad to bring more such videos to you, so please subscribe and like the video if you find the content interesting and useful.